Ом Гянати Миранда ся, гина шалакая, чекчурмлита мината с май шигуровен маха. Шичетани но бистам стъпитме на потърле, свар пропака дам хам дати сападантикам. Ван хам шигуршют падакам мам шигурун вишнивам ча. Сирухам съгъждам с хагна аргонатам витам тънсадивам. Статен съвдутам парижна, съгитам карина четаня девам. Ширада Кришна падан с хагна лолита шивишакам витам ча. He Krishna karuna sindudina bandam чугатпате. Гопеше гопика канта, рада канта на мостове. Тапта канче на горанги раде вредаванешвари. Вреше паносте деви пренами хари прие. Ван чака патрупеща, крипасна купева ча птит нам паване повешна вебю на мона маха. Hare Krishna to everyone who wants to see this video. I will again try to read from the books. Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vaskatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai, the Gayatri book. Jai His Holiness Lachinandana Swami, Jai His Divine Grace, Bhacharana Ravrinda Srila Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada. In the spiritual world, all the everything is personality, is living entity, and the books also. So the books must be also worshipped as spiritual persons, as personalities who deserve worship. Actually, everybody deserves worship, but we learn from the book, so we worship the book and we say thank you to the book about the knowledge the book gives, and of course that means also the author of the book. In that case, His Holiness Sachinandana Swami Jai, Sachinandana Swami Jai, His Divine Grace Bhajan Ravindra Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, his Diksha Guru. So the last time, let me see where I was last time, just a moment. Oh yes, this was about the initiation. There was some verse, a citation. Hope you hear. So, the translation of the citation was: the last citation, which was read the last time. Thus, the formal process of Diksha substantiates the relationship not only between disciple and Guru, but between disciple and Krishna. Srila Prabhupada once expressed this idea in a simple and convincing way. Second initiation means he is recognized. Now he has become a fully competent Vaishnava. Since Diksha virtually transforms our existence, it is considered a second birth, as Srila Sanatana Goswami confirms. And now there is another citation. Yatya kachanatamyati kamsyam rasam vidanata tata diksha vidanena dvijatvam jayate nrinam. Translation. As bell metal, when mixed with mercury, is transformed into gold. Simply by the initiation process, Diksha Vidanena, a person, even though not golden pure, can be transformed into a Brahmana or Dvija, twice born. We should also consider that initiation is not an isolated event taking place only at the time of the Diksha ceremony. Rather, it is an ongoing process and is only complete when we have achieved full surrender. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada often referred to initiation as the beginning of spiritual life. So we heard about this interesting description, how bell metal is then mixed with mercury, and then golden can be then produced. This is possible. I mean, I'm a chemist, so since we consider the way how the elements and their particles are, it is possible one metal to be transformed in another. We know we know about such reactions from the physics, yes, when the metal is changed, yes. So this is this process which is taking place. So it is absolutely possible, and the alchemists were really doing this, and this is something which is actually possible and it can be done. So the next part of is the holy name and the Gayatri mantras, and then the description goes on, the book, the text goes on. So Jai, the Gayatri book. Jai, His Divine Grace, Abhacharana Ravindra Shila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai, Jai His Holiness Sachinanda Swami. Jai, the Gayatri book. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai, the book of Vedic Wisdom Tales. Jai, the author, His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura Prabhupada, the Diksha Guru of His Divine Grace, Abhacharana Ravindra Shila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prema Priyojana Prabhu Maharaj, who had translated the book for the first time in English. Jai Shlanarayana Maharaj, Jai Shila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Jai Bhaktivedanta Name Maharaj, Jai Bhagavata Maharaj, Jai Shri Ruhini Sutta Prabhu Maharaj, Jai Kadamba Kanna Swami, Jai Bhaktivedanta Tridandi Swami. Vanchakapaturupascha Kripasnukupeva Chapadinam Pavanebu Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So this is the story of Saubhari Rishi, chapter 25. Saubhari Rishi was a great ascetic, yogi and brahmana. Once he was meditating while immersed in the waters of the Yamuna River. In the water, he noticed a large fish enjoying the pleasure of mating with his female partners. Seeing the happiness of this fish, the subconscious impressions of worldly life in the form of the desire to marry arose in the conscious mind of this elderly, worn-out ascetic. Therefore, he preached King Mandhata and requested one of his 50 daughters for marriage. King Mandhata replied, Mandhata. King Mandhata replied, "O Brahmana, if any of my daughters choose you at the bridegroom selection ceremony, Swayamvara, then you can marry them." So Baru Rishi understood the intention of the king. The king has responded tactfully because I have aged. My body is wrinkled. My hair has turned grey, and my head is trembling. Now, no young woman can hanker for such a person. All right, I will make myself so beautiful that not only the princesses, but even demigoddesses will become excited. On the strength of his austerities, Saubhari Rishi then transformed his body to become the pinnacle of handsomeness. The guards of the inner chambers escorted Saubhari Muni to the elegantly decorated palatial hall of the virgin princesses. All 50 princesses chose the sage Saubhari as their husband. The hearts of the princesses became so attached to Sabhari Rishi, that they immediately abandoned their love for each other and began quarreling among themselves, saying, "He's not suitable for you. He is suitable for me." So Bari Rishi accepted the hands of all 50 princesses in marriage. By the immense power of his austerities, so Bari Rishi created priceless palaces surrounded by gardens of fragrant flowers and pristine lakes. He manifested sitting places, clothing, ornaments, ointments, such as sandalwood paste, delicious food, and flower garlands, and began to enjoy life with his numerous wives. King Mandhata, the ruler of 7 continents of Mother Earth, was astounded by the happiness of Saubhari's household life. Thus, he gave up all pride in his position as emperor of the world. In this way, Saubhari Rishi enjoyed the happiness of household life and experienced many sense objects with the senses free from disease. Nevertheless, just as a fire is never pacified by pouring drops of ghee he could not attain even one drop of satisfaction and peace. One day, Saubhari Rishi was sitting peacefully. In contemplation, he realized, by seeing that fish mating for just a moment, I have lost my austerity and even lost my very self. I was a great ascetic. I used to diligently observe my vows. Now, look at my downfall. I had preserved my Brahmanical energy, Brahmana Tejas, for a long time, Brahma Tejas, for a long time. Yet, just by association with that mating fish, my Brahmanical energy was destroyed. How terrible is the power of material association, Asat Sangha. Bhagavan has given the priceless jewel of independence. Swadhinata Ratna. The misuse of independence leads to hell. I undertook vows appropriate for a sadhu in the water of the Yamuna. By the mercy of Yamuna, the soul can attain devotion to Sri Krishna. But instead, animalistic tendencies arose in me. Instead of attaining the auspicious mercy of Bhagavan's dear devotee, Yamuna Devi, I attained the material association, Asat Sangha, of the fish. I thought that by performing austerities, my consciousness would gradually become purified, Chitta Suddhi, and Bhakti for Lord Hari would awaken. Instead, my consciousness became distorted, Chitta Vikriti, and animalistic inclinations, Pashu Vritti, awakened. Therefore, one who desires liberation should always avoid the company of living entities possessed of the animalistic nature, Pashu Svabhava. To engage in sense enjoyment, one should always associate with the saints who are absorbed in the service of Bhagavan and never turn his senses outward even for a moment. At first, I was performing austerities alone, but due to the association of a fish in the water, I ended by marrying 50 women. By begetting children, my family has now increased to 5,000 members. I maintained the conception that the sense objects were substantial reality, and so the modes of material nature stole away my intelligence. Now my mind is filled with so many desires in relation to this world, to this world, that I cannot surmount them. Alas, how powerful is the influence of bad association. So the next time I will read to the end the story. So I'm far away from some attempt to say something on the text. No, I'm not qualified at all to comment, and I don't want to comment. But I just want to I just had a desire to say something. Just that actually the okay. First, I will worship the book. Try to worship the book. Jai, His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakura Prabhupada. Jai, His Divine Grace Bhajana Arvindo Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai, the book Vedic Wisdom Tales. Jai, Shri Prajna Prabhu Maharaj. Jai, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj. Jai, Srila Narayan Maharaj. Jai, Bhagavata Maharaj. Jai, Bhaktivedanta Nami Maharaj. Jai, Shri Rohini Sutta Prabhu Maharaj. Jai, Kadamba Kanna Swami. Jai, Bhaktivedanta Tridanta Swami. Panchakapaturi Pachakri Pasnupeva Japati Nampavnepu Vishnavebhu Namaha. Yes, just I have the desire to say that this was not, well, maybe this was bad association that he was looking at the fish and so on, but actually the fish, they didn't do anything. They are just fish. They're just animals who are living somewhere. Somebody is looking at them or not. It's not their fault. So the fish are not bad, and there was not association actually with the fish. He just was observing them, and just himself, some thoughts came from himself. It was not from the fish, so the fish are not, it's not their fault. And this was not association, so it was not a bad association when somebody is looking at the fish. But what thoughts come in one's mind, that is something else, of course. And yes, some thoughts can come, of course, but the fish are not. It's not their fault. Okay. So, still, of course, it's clear that one should, if one is devotee, one should be careful to associate actually with devotees and with saints. Of course, the point is also, what does association mean? Yes, what does it mean, association? This is the first thing one have to examine actually. What means association? Yes, if it's just talking with somebody, or is that already association actually? Or just only talking with somebody, is that association? Or association is when you give to this person the opportunity to you actually, well, you open your heart for that person. So this is maybe association, but I don't know exactly what is association. I was just thinking that poor fish, they're not, it's not their fault that he was thinking these things. The fish are just fish. So okay, anyway, I'm not qualified to say anything. If I read when I read after some days, I will read the story till the end. You all know the story actually, yes. But I mean, there are written very nice thoughts then which are actually the comments. They are the comments, which are the right comments. My comments are just that this is not a comment. This is just something I just have desire to say it, but the real comments you will find in the book when you read the story till the end. So yes. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Daine. Prahlad Daine. Hiranyakashi Purvaksha. Hiranyakashi Purvaksha. Chilatanganakalaye. Chilatanganakalaye. Iton rishimo paraton rishimo. Iton rishimo paraton rishimo. Yato yato yamitaton rishimo. Yato yato yamitaton rishimo. Bahir nishimo hridayen rishimo. Bahir nishimo hridayen rishimo. Drishim amadim sharanyam prapade. Drishim amadim sharanyam prapade. Tava kara kamalavare naka abuda shringa dalita hiranyakashipu tanubringa keshavadrita narhari rupa jagadisha hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Tava kara kamalavare naka aputa shringa dalita hiranyakashipu tanubringa keshavadrita narhari rupa jagadish hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Nrisimhadev Jaya 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 Prahlad Nrsimha 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 Jaya Lakshmi 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 Nrsimha Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much for your attention. Ван чака пътурупача, крипасно купевача, пътит нам павнебил, вишневебил, намо намаха.